Let's do
Hi.
it. Welcome to another episode of Barely Christian, where two friends talk about one faith. I'm Curtis.
Mhm.
This is my bestie, May. And yeah, welcome. What should we talk about today?
Um, Good question.
Great question. So many things, right?
Yeah, it's a lot going on.
Yeah.
You want to hold what I talked about in the video that I sent you this morning?
Mm-hmm.
Did you
About
ref-
about trusting.
Yeah,
About trusting and that story. So you spoke about the story of Peter, right?
yeah. It was
When
in
he
Matthew
got Matthew what?
14.
Matthew 14. Yeah, where Peter was in the boat and he was like, prove you Jesus, prove you God,
Mhm.
let me come to you.
Yeah,
And God was like, come on then. Hang out
right,
with me. And he got
right.
out the boat and he starts walking on water. And it's not until he begins to doubt what is actually happening. So he's already defied
The
what we know
fire.
to be. Yeah, he's already shift the table on what we know to be true about what we can do as humans, as fleshy people, and it's not until he goes into doubt and fear that he does begin to sink,
Yeah,
and it's just a great reminder that really anything is possible with God,
yeah.
and it's only in those moments again where the fear and doubt come in that we begin to like fall short or begin to sink. Um,
Yeah.
which that's great that we brought that up because that just made me think about. Um, I was speaking to a friend and I was honest with her that I've been working on my relationship with rejection,
Mm-hmm.
and that was something that God got me together about maybe like 2 weeks ago. Um, and so today she texted me and just wanted to check in, like, and I guess she's also in a season where that feeling of rejection is showing up, and so she wanted maybe some words of wisdom from me to see how I was doing. And I
Mm-hmm.
told her that I've made friends with it,
Mm-hmm.
and I realized that the only time I truly feel rejection is when I begin to like incorporate the opinions or advice of others.
Mm.
But like literally when it's just me and God, like when I make decisions for myself,
Yeah,
rejection is literally not an option.
the option.
But it's literally not until I go, May, what do you think about this?
I love.
And and then you offer something. And that's the thing. That's the thing about how sly the enemy works. Your
Mm-hmm.
advice, right? A friend from advice from a friend. Sorry, you know when I get caught up, I start stumbling. And the advice that you receive from others can be fantastic. It can be true. It can be intentional. It could be honest. It could be the breakthrough.
Yeah.
But the enemy also is sly enough to use that to go, well, look, without even saying it, the enemy can go, wow, look at that. You getting breakthrough, but you didn't come up with that.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah,
getting
yeah.
breakthrough, but did God tell you that? The same stuff that he did to
Yeah,
Eve. Who said you
yeah.
couldn't eat the apple?
Yeah,
You
it's
holding
the
the apple,
tribulation
right?
is the enemy. Yeah,
Yeah, it's like you're looking at the apple, you touching the apple. Who said you couldn't eat it? And she
yeah,
know who told her she couldn't eat it. And she knows she didn't want to eat it, really. She didn't even
right.
want it.
She had
But
so much fruit over there. The stuff
she's like,
she
my
could
man is
have
sleeping. My man is knocked out.
like she had like she did not have to eat it, but
She
she
did it. She did it. But
just
the enemy is sly in that way. So the enemy uses fear and rejection and all of these like adjectives and emotions that literally are not even our birthright. Like
Oh,
we have no we have no reason to feel rejection for too long when we know God.
yeah.
So I'm not saying don't acknowledge how you feel, right? Because some people listen to just any kind of like Christian content, period. And they're like,
Hmm.
okay, emotions, I lock them away. No.
Yeah.
Feel rejected, but also know that that rejection you feel, that fear you feel, that doubt you feel, it literally, joy comes in the morning. So how long are you going to be doubtful? Because you can't be
I,
doubtful and joyful.
I love that. And from all that you said, my strongest takeaway is, or I have a question. When you
Mhm.
say you made friends with rejection,
Yeah.
that's very that's strong for me. I like that. But my question is, how, how do you make friends with rejection? Like, how did you? Because you said you've been working on it for the past 2 weeks, so I don't expect you to be a master
Yeah.
at being friends with rejection. But how what are some of the steps that you took or are taking?
Yeah. One, great question. One is that I accept that it is an option, that
Mm,
I am not above it. I am not above being rejected.
okay.
Rejection can happen to me.
Yeah.
Uh, Second is again going back to when I do have these downloads and these breakthroughs that come from God, hold them
Hmm.
to yourself. Hold them
Yeah.
to yourself. Like really let it like get into your body, get into your bloodstream. Like that's what you
Like,
get to a certain point where it's like you got to let the downloads get so much into your bloodstream that like if somebody was to like join this convo and be like, "Man, you stupid," you'd be like, "I'm not,"
hmm,
because you know yourself. Like,
yeah,
what do you
yeah,
mean? Like, there's no way that word doesn't even. You can't even use that word to describe me.
yeah.
That's why, and this is kind of going left and tangent, but that's why like shady behavior from others is so weird
Yeah.
because when you find out how people are speaking about you, you're
Yeah.
like, wait, that is not even no mean. Like, imagine someone calling you mean, right? And you like,
Yeah.
you're the only person who is calling me mean.
Yeah.
And my
Yeah.
life shows no evidence of why a mean person, since I'm mean, how a mean person could be this blessed.
Yeah. 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 It
So,
just is what you're saying.
yes. So those are the two. So knowing that rejection is a possibility for me,
Mhm.
and letting the downloads of the Lord like really fester in my body. This is also making me think about. Shout out to my friend Kim. I remember we were talking about relationships, and I love the way that she just like talks about relationships and dating and romance and all this stuff. Big Sagittarius energy. And I remember one day, oh my God, and beautiful too. She is so gorgeous. Cheekbones here, skin
Hi,
like.
Kim.
But I remember one time we were talking, and she said, one of my favorite parts about being in a relationship is being triggered. And when I say that shit sat with me all night,
So
and,
what's her
and
why did she say that?
I don't want to speak for her, but again, it was this thing of there is an acceptance I need to have in relationships that I'm going to be triggered.
Yeah.
That I
Yeah.
cannot think that I'm in a relationship that isn't going to be hard or isn't going to, again, I don't want to keep using the word, but I don't
Is it
there's
gonna
no way I can be in a relationship that doesn't trigger me, right?
yeah,
And that joint, and we weren't even as close as we are now. And so again, that's how I knew it was powerful too, because I'm like, yo,
yeah,
I just started saying her name. Like, like I just learned your name recently
right.
and I saw her the next day and I said, yo, That thing you said yesterday, like, rocked my world.
You know what comes to me when you say that, and
Right.
when you repeat what she says. So basically, it's like one of her favorite parts is being triggered. And I think it's because, and again, I don't even know her. I'm putting, like, if I'm thinking about it, it's like because it puts you in a position to be in agreement or be in acceptance with where you are right now. Like, if you and I aren't getting along over something, then it's like now I have to hone in on something. I have to hone in on where I am right now. And because she's a Sagittarius and her mind works like that, it's like I want to figure out this, like why I feel like this, instead of
Yeah.
and Sagittarius in my chart, I forget where, but something about me communicates like a Sagittarius. I don't know
Yeah.
how or whatever that is, but
House of the Lord? No, okay.
I communicate in that way too, where you and this part about myself.
Yeah.
And so I like to be triggered because once I'm triggered, now I'm going to start to focus on why I'm triggered.
Right,
And
right, right,
that's
right.
the part why
I'm
does
not
this
going,
bother me?
yeah, I'm not going to avoid doing the work. Like, there's this meme, and I'm paraphrasing, like, it says basically, are you actually healing, or are you isolating yourself from people who don't
Yeah.
trigger you?
Yeah.
You know what I
Right.
mean? So people all day, I'm healed, I'm healed.
I'm
Get around,
good.
get around someone that disagrees with you.
And then we'll see.
Let me see how healed you are, babe.
Yeah. Because it's easy to avoid all the things that bother you.
Mm-hmm.
Right. About being in acceptance with those things that
Yeah.
bother you,
Mm-hmm.
you can really get of what God is trying to help you heal.
Right. And I also want to just add
'Cause,
this in. You should obviously take space for yourself. Like, if you're an introvert and you understand energy and spirituality, like, we're not talking about that.
don't beat up on, like, don't beat you up
Right.
because
Yeah. We're literally
it's
talking
and
about when, we're literally talking about living, right? Like, even at a job, right?
yeah,
If you work at a job, you cannot just say you're a healed person because you keep your headphones on at work all day. Take those headphones out. Let your boss ask you the same question 3 times.
and then you're gonna be really, you know what? This is healing. Because now, I have to face the thing that's bothering me.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
then you face the thing that's bothering you, then you come out on the other side.
Hmm. Talk about the other side, friend. Talk about the other side. What's on the other side?
The other side, on the other side of your problem, right, or your obstacle,
Yeah.
it it's like enlightenment.
Mm.
It's
Yeah.
it's something that you can conquer something. It's like victory.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
and it could be the smallest. It don't have to be a big thing. It don't have to be $1 million. It don't have to be the house you want, the car you want, or the job you want. It could literally just be being able to go to Thanksgiving and not lose your shit on your aunt or your uncle or your cousin. You know
Yeah,
what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah, 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 yeah.
It's a victory in knowing that, okay, I'm showing up here as me. Is either they're gonna respect it. No, they're always gonna respect it, but they're gonna like it or they're not. But either way, I have the respect that I demand, that I was born with. You know what I'm saying? That
Yeah.
God gave. So it's deep. It's deep shadow work, and it's hard, but it's also to your point about this whole bringing it back to the verse that I was talking about this morning.
Hmm.
Um, it's like when Peter said to God, "Is that you? If that's you,
Yeah.
let me come with you, right?" And then Jesus said, "Come on." right? And I had to stop right there when I was reading it because I'm like, Jesus said, come on. So it's as simple as me saying, God, can I come with you? And it's as simple as him saying,
Yes.
sure, come
Mm.
on.
Yeah.
So and so then it's him getting out of the boat. And then it's like an immediate thing. So it wasn't like he needed to consult. He didn't need to ask the rest of the 12 disciples that was on the boat. He didn't have to think about it. He jumped immediately in the water and he was walking. Right. So it's like, okay, I'm walking. I'm doing me. And it just really, really resonated with me so much because I know that feeling of taking a leap of faith. And I know you do too.
Yeah.
And it's such an adrenaline rush. It's such a
Yeah.
like, ooh, doing it. Look at me. I'm out here, I'm on the water, I'm gliding.
Yeah.
But then doubt does kick in, right? So when I'm reading it, it's like, okay, doubt kicks in, not just for me, but for Peter too, like for Curtis too, for my
Everyone
mother
watching.
too, for every
Yeah.
doubt will kick in with the leap of faith. So that was what I took away from that verse. It's like doubt does kick in
It does.
and it's up to your faith to push you through, right? So it's like it kicked in, but Jesus cared about him so much. That was his friend. So he's not gonna leave him, right? So we got him out of the water, but his thing was like, why did you doubt me in the first place?
Mm.
You know, like, why did you doubt me? So I sent Curtis and my other friends this video this morning, but basically that was what I took away from it. It's like, why did you doubt me? So when I was praying this morning, it was God, I'm sorry for doubting you.
Mm.
Oh, you're gonna pull me out the water just like you pulled Peter out the water.
Mm.
I know that it's all about my faith in you, which makes me your friend. And if I'm your friend, you're not gonna leave me stranded. I would never leave any of my friends stranded. So and I'm only I'm not even half as righteous as you are, right? I'm
Mhm.
so it's like if I know me and I'm made in Jesus' image, I know that I wouldn't leave my friend. So if I'm his friend, he wouldn't leave me, right? So like I know I read his word and I know that when I'm reading his word, I know that I'm learning about him, but I'm also learning about me.
Yeah.
And
It's a mirror.
it's a mirror and it's a revelation that was just so strong to me this morning. I had to share it with all my friends, and I'm glad that we get to share it on this platform. But
Yeah.
it's just whoever's listening who feels like um I did this thing and I did it and now it's like now what? Like now it was a mistake. I shouldn't have did it. I jumped out, I did too much and now I'm stuck or now I'm sinking. It's like, no, you're not sinking at a promise that God made to you and it's going to happen, but you have to keep the faith and you have to keep working towards it. And you can't be scared for following your heart and following what you knew was right at that moment and at that time. And it might, we're in season, so things change. It might have to you might have to change and do it different or, or do something different, but at least you did it before and God was with you when you did it. So you know that he's going to be with you. You know what I mean? Like, don't lose
Yeah.
faith, the doubt, the negative talk, the sharing with people that don't really have the same faith
Mm.
as you,
Yeah.
right?
Match fate.
Sometimes like this past weekend, I had, I had lunch with my god sister and we were talking and I shared something that's been like close to me for a couple of months. It's been close to me and I've been thinking about it and I shared it. And the moment that I shared it, the
Mm.
energy shift so
Mhm.
bad.
Mhm.
And I mean, if I'm being honest, it was even better you than me because I ain't doing all of that. And it's like,
Mhm.
damn. I
Mhm.
felt so bad in that moment. And I'm like, but why I'm feeling bad about something that God promised me? You're right. Better me than you. You're right. You're right. Like she like, better you than me. You're right. You're 100% right. Yeah. That's my dream and my journey. So then that's on you. But the projection, and I'm on this faith walk, so it's like me and God speak every single day. But I'm just thinking about the people that are new to this, or trying God for the first time, or trying anything for the first time. When you
Yeah,
get that, when you share something that somebody gives you just straight doubt, it might kill a dream. You know what I mean? Like it literally
yeah.
might just
That makes me,
shatter.
yeah, that definitely makes me emotional just thinking about it. Like, it does trigger. Like, as soon as you said it, I know what that feels like. It hasn't happened in a long time because I learned, I
You
learned.
you
But
learn.
I do, as soon as you were telling the story, it's just like, I know what it feels like to share something that God told you with
It was
someone and you want to walk away. Because, and again,
literally
and again, you want to walk away not because of that. Like, it's not you. Like, it's not you.
not.
It is your body. Your body wasn't your body. The person you were speaking to wasn't the soft landing that
Mm.
your dream. Ooh, that's the word. Damn, what's my damn too far.
Say it. So you're recording. We're recording. You'll get it back.
Hold on.
It's like
Uh,
a sneak.
I
You
have
gotta.
to write it down. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry. Be careful who you share. You share your dreams, your dreams with everyone
Mhm.
won't be a soft landing
Amen.
place for them. I had to write that down. I'm so sorry, you guys.
No, literally.
Things that fell out my book and everything.
No, that's it. That's it. We can't blur it out.
Huh?
Everything is blurred out because of the background.
Oh yeah. Shout out to
When you put it's like
how you
blur,
be like shout out to our engineer. Nah.
zoom.
Shout out to our engineer Zoom, but no. Be
That's it.
careful who you share your dreams with. Everyone won't be a safe landing place for them. God.
Yeah,
God.
because man, so many
Like,
dreams that have been killed because of this, and I have to share it, and I have to. Everybody don't got the same faith as you. Everybody don't got the same thought as you. Everybody doesn't even have the same will as you. So it's
yeah,
like everybody don't have the same situation as you.
they
So you
don't.
sharing things with people that are just, and it is again, like Curtis said, it doesn't matter who it is.
Oh my God, it does. Oh my God, the enemy will use anyone.
Yeah.
He will use anyone.
Anyone, some of the closest, most lovable, beautiful people
That's what I'm saying.
I
Like
have.
to be honest, it's like me and May we do this show together. We work together. We're friends in real life. I again going back to accepting the rejection. I too
Yeah.
am capable of not pouring into my friend correctly one day.
Yeah.
That's
No,
the truth. And
I could be,
she's gonna have to go. I wasn't supposed to tell Curtis.
yeah,
Not Curtis is a bad person.
yeah, I
That's
was
not
not,
what I wasn't supposed to tell him.
yeah.
Yeah.
It, that's the Holy Spirit, and that's God checking you in that time. Like,
Wow.
chill. You running that mouth. I told you something. You running that mouth. You want everybody to be down. You want to be accepted. You want people to, you want people to hear that and burst into tears and hug you and love you. No.
That's the brilliant idea, May. You are so smart.
And I just,
Wow.
it just reminded me, it's like God is like, if I'm giving you something, if I'm giving you something,
Yeah.
why why would everyone or every single person accept it? if it's for you.
Yeah.
Like, it's like if I gave you one lollipop. Maybe that was a bad analogy.
You
If
know
I
what
give
I
you
thought of?
one
I thought
thing.
of not to interrupt you. I thought of God gives he gives you a child. You have a
Yeah,
child. You're the mother. You're the parent of the child. And then trigger warning, because this is probably going to trigger people, right?
yeah,
Someone gives birth to you. They're your parents,
yeah,
and then they leave you to be raised by others.
yeah, 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 yeah.
You know, they give their dream.
To
They
somebody
give
else.
their, they give their gift to someone
Yeah,
else, right?
gift.
They give
Yeah.
their gift to someone else. And again, this is no shade. Everyone has a testimony. There are reasons that only God knows why people need to make the choices they make. But we're talking
Yeah.
about when someone is capable
Yeah.
of taking care of their gift and they choose not to.
And they choose not to.
That's unfortunate. Again,
Yeah.
it don't make them a bad person. It's
Yeah.
an unfortunate situation. So right now, what the Holy Spirit is telling me, anyone who has any sort of anger towards their parents around how their parents did not raise them,
Hmm.
it's time to let that go.
Yeah.
It's time to let that go.
Or
And if
even
you
the
really
support.
and if you really want to
Even the,
know, go ahead, go.
no, sorry, I didn't want to cut your thought, but even if it's in the form of support, because some of us have parents that have raised us from
Yeah.
birth until now, but it's just they never felt the support there.
Yeah, but I really want to talk to those that are mad for the ones that did not do
Like,
anything
okay, I got you.
because because you again again perfect what you said perfect because again like when I said I have to befriend rejection
Yeah.
again I'm not above it. I tell people that all the time. I grew up with both my parents. You can still have daddy issues.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can
No.
still have issues with your mother. And the first thing people say, right? The first thing people say when you know both your parents or were raised both, at least you had them.
Yeah.
Again, you're neglecting my experience. Again, they're not bullying you, but they're saying like, well, you had it. So it's not the same. The truth is, it's not the same,
I was
but
not the
I'm still
same.
also allowed to have an experience that maybe wasn't pleasant or one that I had to learn from eventually. And so again, if you um, were not raised by um, your parents and there were others that showed up and raised you, I challenge you to really do that work with your parent. And if you can, if you want
Hmm.
to, if you feel called to, ask questions,
Yeah.
learn. There's a lot I learned about my parents as an adult.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
if I'm being completely honest, ever since they passed, there are things I'm still learning about their life.
that's a fact.
And
All
so,
you
yeah,
are become a parent.
yeah,
A lot of that makes sense too. Not saying it's a, but it makes sense.
yeah,
And it's easy and not easy, but it's better for you to work through that being a parent and knowing what it's like,
hmm,
you know?
yeah. Wow.
This-
I think
All of,
I think that's a good place to end. Um, yeah, I'm really
la-
impressed by us. Look, how you go
last,
into how you go into ego? I was about to say, I'm really impressed by us every time.
that's your final word. I said last final word. You're like, I'm really impressed by it.
I am though. I really am because we don't plan
Yeah,
these episodes. We don't plan these topics.
no, we
Also,
don't.
we're filming this on a Tuesday. I think we've shared we normally film on a Friday.
Yeah,
And again, like it's just a reminder that God is present
yeah,
and he likes what we do. He
yeah,
loves it, first of all, but
yeah.
he's showing up. Like, why we didn't write this down? And all of those things just made sense. Like the conversation you had this weekend with that conversation I had with my friend Kim months ago. Like, what?
Yeah, for
What?
sure.
So
Uh,
I'm grateful. Do you have any final words?
Final words, everybody watching. I just encourage you to take a leap of faith if you haven't already. And if you have taken a leap of faith and you feel like you're sinking right now, I encourage you to push through. I encourage you to talk to God and strengthen your faith in Him.
Mm-hmm.
And I bet you that you'll come out on the other side. And not only will you come out on the other side, but you will be grateful for the journey. And that's all, folks. That's what I got. Curtis is writing.
I'm
It's
writing down
gonna
the
be
title of this episode because that's another thing that we never remember. But this episode is going to be called Better You Than Me.
Oh.
All right, y'all. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in our next episode. Yeah. Later.